So as part of the final deal analyzer that I created, I'm now going to share with you the final steps, which is steps 7 to 9. And here, if you've missed some of the other elements of the deal analyzer, which I've covered already, please go back to some of the videos on my feeds, and you will be able to see the 9-step deal analyzer that I went through, and in quite a lot of detail actually, with loads of case study numbers that you can actually then use to evaluate for your own deals. But in this next video, I will talk about the step 7 to 9, which is talking about vendor finance, as well as the strategy of buy to hold and the strategy of buy to sell in this particular title splitting project. So as part of this 9-step deal analyzer I've been talking to you guys about, this is the final step now, which is the 9th step. If you have missed some of the other content, please go back onto my YouTube channel, my Facebook group, which is Title Splitting Properties group. You can watch on my Instagram as well. But in effect, there's 9 step that I take people through when I do it myself for my deal analysis of each deal. This is the last part where I look at, well, what would happen in this scenario of buying 23 flats at £2.5 million, and what would happen if I bought, renovated, refinanced, and then sold them on exit. And this would be something that I take a lot of my coaches or my mentees through when they are looking at their deals. So after refurb of each flat, I estimated that each flat will be worth 150,000. This is based on live data that I use, and I pay for a software called Property Data that gives me a very good estimate of what the local area will be worth based on a condition and also size, square meterage of each flat. So in this scenario, it gave me £150,000 worth of sale price. I took that 150,000, multiplied it by the 23 flats that I would sell. That would give me a value of the block of flats at 3.45 million. It cost me just under £400,000 to get it to a state of what I bought it at to the state that I'm selling it for. That then meant that I will then pay the seller because it cost me 2.1 million. Again, if you look at the previous videos, I talk about the negotiations and the point of negotiation to drive that price down and the reason why we can do that. And lastly, basically, I look at the total outlay. So the total outlay will be how much I'm paying the seller for, 2.1 million. How much did it cost me to get to a standard of flat where I can sell them for much higher than what I bought them? 387. Total cost is around 2.5 million. So if I start selling all of them, or my mentees, some of them decide to sell, if they sold them, 23 flats on average, £150,000 will net them 3.4 million. They spent 2.5 million. There's a profit on sale of around just under £1 million. As you can see, that's not a bad return for your investment and for your hard work. It does take a while. I mean, the caveat to say around selling 23 flats, that will take a bit longer than what you'd like. Like most of us, if you flooded the market with 23 flats, the likelihood of you getting £150,000 is going to be very low. So you will have to phase your sell over time. So maybe over a 6-month period, you start putting them on, and you'll even try some different avenues of auction with some reserves on them, open market sale, and the likes. So in effect, it's not a bad payday when it does come, and if you can net out even say 900,000, 800,000, over a year period of work, it is not a bad amount to make. I mean, from my perspective, I tend to not sell, so I keep and hold and rent, but in effect, the value that's created is still the same. So I'm still creating a £950,000 worth of value because the block is still worth the same. What I've actually borrowed is roughly about the same, so the value is still there, but it's locked in, and I'm okay with that. What it just means is, as I've showed you in the previous section 8, is my return on investment is infinite because it's not my money that's actually left in as deposit. It is part of that £950,000 new value created that I've left in as part of the deposit. So In a nutshell, these videos have showed you my 9-deal analyzer that I take myself, but also I share with the people who I coach around how to analyze a deal, look at it from a seller's view, understand that why you should be paying the price that you think, and how to construct your price that you're willing to pay. How would you finance it? Estimate and work out the current rental agreement around the current situation in the format that it's in. What would be the value of the flat once you've actually done the works and the renovation? Look also around the vendor finance route if we didn't use the bridging or the buy-to-let finance. And as I've just covered here in this video, the buy and hold strategy, but also the buy to sell strategy. So I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to sharing more content with you in the next video.